Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is part of Try Tuesday challenge and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later. Let's go ahead and get started. For my first project, I got an inspiration from one of our hosts, from Sammie over at Unicorn Dust Designs. I'm going to talk about her in just a minute after my first project, but she created this beautiful lantern, and as soon as I saw it in her video, I knew I wanted to recreate it. So I'm going to show you how I made it. So I'm starting with 2 packages of these smaller painter sticks and then 4 extra. So I'm going to be cutting these 4 first at 6 inches with my miter saw, and after that I'm just sanding the edges a little bit, and also I will be sanding those roller lines because I didn't want them to show through my paint. After that I'm going to use Gorilla Glue together with my hot glue gun, and I will attach sides like I'm showing over here using this roller, and I will create a frame. I did not have 2 frames from the Dollar Tree like Sammie did to have my base and my top, so I had to create it using these same paint sticks like I'm gonna use for the rest of the planter or lantern. So this is the first base, then I created another one. Now I have 2, and then I'm going to take one of those and the leftover of Dollar Tree sign. I'm going to trace it the inside of the frame, and I will cut it out with a box cutter, sand it as much as I needed just to make sure it fits very snugly. So after I have done that and fitted very snugly, I added a little bit of hot glue from the inside and kind of like smudged it, making sure everything is nice and smooth. That's not going to be visible, but I really wanted it to be sturdy. So now I'm going to take this chalk paint in a color gray by Martha Stewart, and I will give this frame, let's say, 1 good coat. After that, I put that aside and I gave the same 1 good coat to the other frame. I left that to dry, and then we're gonna go ahead and start working on paint sticks. I don't know why I keep saying stir sticks. We're gonna start working on paint sticks. So you see over here, this is the bottom and this is gonna be the top of the lantern. I'm gonna put them aside. Here you go. Now I'm gonna take all of these paint sticks, and there's 16 of them, and I'm gonna take this Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and a little bit of water to kind of whitewash it. Before that, I wanted to go ahead and take off those roller lines with a sander. Then, like I said, I'm going to whitewash all of them, and I think they look gorgeous. You will see that in just a minute. So now it's time to assemble it. I'm going to use a hot glue, and I am positioning 1 paint stick on a corner, let's say, close to the corner on one side, and then I'm doing the same thing on the other, attaching both top and a bottom frame with these paint sticks. Then I'm gonna just eyeball it where to put these 2 in the middle. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing on the opposite side, making sure I'm aligning it. I wanted everything to be nice and neat. After that, I am taking going to the sides, and I am just making sure this one is going on the top, kind of covering that one that's on the side. I don't know if that makes sense, but you'll see it over here. I'm doing it really slowly to show you. So I'm just covering it, making it that really, really nice corner. So this is how all that looks like. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the opposite sides. And then I'm going to fill out the rest with the paint sticks, spacing them out as best as I can. When everything was done, this is how the lantern looked like. I already love it. And now it's going to be time to take this nautical rope. I measured how long I want it. I'm going to cut off the excess, and then I'm going to hot glue it probably 2 inches maybe from the end. Just put a little dab of hot glue so it doesn't open up. And then I'm going to take a jute twine, add a dab of hot glue, wrap it a few times, and then I'm going to again hot glue it the other end, and then I'm going to unravel the end of the nautical rope. Now I'm going to cut off the other side, and I will hot glue along in between these two ropes, making sure they stay nice and secure. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side what I did on the other one. So wrapping jute twine, cutting off the excess, or actually I'm going to first measure how long this end should be, cut off the nautical rope, and then unravel it. After that, the only thing left to do is hot glue it in between those two paint sticks right in the middle. And that's it for this project. How beautiful is this? I knew I wanted to recreate this the moment I saw she made it. I knew I wanted different colors because this fits more my style, but I am in love with this. And like Sammie said, she wanted to make a larger and a smaller, and I'll probably do the same and put them on my front porch. I love it. My husband loves it too, and we really think it's just gorgeous. And it was so simple to make. You saw it. Even if you don't have those Dollar Tree frames, you can certainly make it like I did. Tell me what you think about this one. Okay, today is a Try Tuesday challenge, which means that we had to find some DIY decor pieces that inspired us, that we wanted to recreate. And the host is Sammie over the Unicorn Does Design. She is my friend. I absolutely adore her. She is absolutely talented. Such a good friend and so funny. She always laughs, and it's such a pleasure to watch her videos and her channel. She has 3 channels actually. I'm going to have them linked in the description box down below. Also, her co-host this month is Rebecca Virginia over at Rebecca Virginia DIY, another super sweet and talented lady. She makes really unique DIYs that I really like. So I'm going to have both of their channels linked in the description box. So make sure to go ahead and check it out, as well as the playlist for this challenge. So you see what everybody recreated and what they worked on. I'm sure you guys going to get a ton of good ideas. Okay, for DIY number 2, I am going to be recreating a DIY that Araceli Chan DIY created. I really hope I didn't butcher her name, and I did. If I did, I'm sorry. This girl has really great ideas, and her DIYs are very inexpensive. I really like how she created them. So one of those is this wall sconce, or actually it was a wall planter. That I really loved. As soon as I saw it, I really liked it, and I saved this. I bought this long time ago, and I saved it. I knew I wanted to make it. Okay, we're gonna start with one package of smaller paint sticks from Lowe's. They're at 98 cents, and I'm gonna give them all one coat of this gray chalk paint by Martha Stewart. After everything was completely dried, I'm taking 4 paint sticks, and I'm gonna align them nicely, and I'm gonna take a popsicle stick, craft stick, cut out to the side, actually 2 of them, and I'm gonna hot glue them to keep those paint sticks together. Then I'm gonna take one more paint stick, I'm putting a hot glue alongside, and I'm hot gluing it on one side, and I'm doing the same thing with another one on the other side. And then I took one smaller leftover of a paint stick, and that I cut out to the sides to fit on the bottom, and hot glue it. And this is what I was left with. After that, I hot glued 4 more together like I did the previous part, and then I am just gonna hot glue them together. That way we created a box. So look how simple this was. It was so simple to make, and then you can paint any color you want. I decided now to go ahead and get Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and a chippy brush from the Dollar Tree and just distress it. I didn't want too distressed, but I wanted that white to kind of, show through on that gray color. And look how gorgeous it is. This was probably one of the simplest projects I make, but it really makes a statement because it is so different, and I've never seen anything like this, and I think it's beautiful. And these little curved lines on these paint sticks really give additional detail to this. So again, I want to hear, what do you think about this one? Would you recreate it? Now friends, if you're new to my channel, if you're coming from this challenge, welcome. I'm Jelena, stay-at-home mom of 2 kids. I love crafting, it's my passion. I love doing DIY projects. Everything that I do has to be on a budget. I prefer a rustic style, but I do explore some other styles like farmhouse and modern style. So if something like that interests you, please come and check out my other videos. Hopefully you like them enough to stick around and subscribe. Also, check out the social media. I am on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Just come and say hi to me. Also, I want to remind you that my regular uploads times are Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, unless there is some kind of change that I'm going to try to let you know in advance. For DIY number 3, I'm going to recreate something from Bianca and D channel. I think this lady has such a unique projects. I follow her for a long time and I love pretty much everything she makes. She has a very similar style to mine, and I'm going to show you what I decided to recreate. So she made this beautiful planter, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to recreate it. So let's go ahead and get started. I had actually this sign that I picked up at Dirt Cheap for 30 cents. It was 90% off. So I already used the other side on my previous project. So beside that, I'm going to use these Brain Games cubes. I'm going to take 8 of them that have side holes and then 4 of them that have straight holes. And then I'm going to take 8 skewers that I cut out to a little bit more than 4 inches with a pointy end. So now I'm going to actually go ahead and put hot glue in those side holes in the cube. And then I'm going to stick a craft stick. A bamboo stick, and I'm going to do that to all 8 of them. While that is drying, I am going to take this ink by Waverly chalk paint, and I'm going to give this wood round, let's say, 2 good coats on both sides. Now, while I was finishing one side, I noticed I didn't fill up the holes, so I took a little bit of spackling and just filled it out, and it was so easy. This is how it looks like when everything was dried. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint all these. So look, I did the click and I actually figured it out how to do it. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hot glue the tip of these bamboo skewers like so, connecting these 2 pieces together. And I'm going to do this to all of them. So we're going to have kind of 4 pieces now. And these are going to represent the legs of this planter. So now I'm going to go ahead and position them, you see, on 4 sides of this wood round. And then I'm going to start hot gluing them. Now, the good thing about these Brain Game cubes is that they're flat on the bottom. So that's another reason why I picked them. And it is very easy to just position them and hot glue them on this wood round. Now, I did make a mistake over here, and you will see it in probably just a little bit. I'll explain what it is. So now when I'm done with this, this is how it looks like. And then I'm going to take these 4 cubes that have straight holes, and then I'm going to add a hot glue and attach them on that pointy part where 2 bamboo skewers meet, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do that to all 4 of them. So when I was done with that and I flipped it over, I realized I hot glue all this to the wrong side. I didn't want to hot glue that on the side where there's this writing, but it's an easy fix. I can just add spackling and sand it and add more color. But it was very late last night. I did not want to get into it last night. So I'll just finish that some other day. Not a big deal. So this is how this turned out. I chose black color. I thought it just needed because there's a lot of going on over here, I thought it needed to be very simple color. I really like this. This is so unique and so beautiful. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. So if you like it too, and if you like all the other projects that I created, please give this video a thumbs up and share it. Somebody might find it useful. And also, if you're new to my channel, subscribe. I would really like to have you. Don't forget to click on the notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future videos. I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you, Sammie and Rebecca, for hosting this challenge. I had so much fun. I absolutely love this challenge. And check out the playlist in the description box for more ideas. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.